Jack said we should work together.
Three of a kind.
Birds of a feather, now and forever! La 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 la.
Hey guys, what's up? It's BigJackFilms here, and welcome back to the Rosario Vampire Vlogs, and I hope you guys like the new setup. We finally got our Star Wars action figures and stuff all on display there, which is awesome. Got our movies here. So this will probably be the new setup as we keep building and building as we do more vlog reviews. So, we were here originally going to do 2 episodes this week, but because the second episode actually has a 2-part arc, we're actually going to be doing 3 episodes this week, so brace yourselves, because we got a lot to talk about. We are talking about episodes, I believe, 8, 9, and 10, I think? I'm not 100% sure, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's 3 episodes, and the first one is basically a bit of a miscalculation, per se, because it involves our math teacher. There's a math teacher who has been present since the last episode, surprisingly, with the introduction of Misery, and she is a very seductive math teacher who obviously wants Skune for her own desires and purposes, and leads to some pretty interesting BDSM-esque kind of scenarios, and the whole time I'm just quoting, what's that movie, The Graduate, where it's like, Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. She's a total seducer, seduces Skune, makes her do all this work and everything. Meanwhile, Mocha's trying to do work for studying with Skune too, and she's working her ass off, and it's really kind of heartbreaking when Skune is under this control and doesn't give a crap about the hard work and writing she put in, which she makes it really easy to understand. And basically, this teacher turns out to be a Medusa, you know, like the Roman mythology, like Clash of the Titans, a Medusa, and, you know, leads to, obviously, removing the rosary, and Mocha kicking her ass, and end of that episode, which, it's okay, like, it's cute in some areas, and I will say the teacher, has a very interesting design, per se, but we'll talk about that when we get down the road. And it actually leads to the next episode, which is basically our group going on summer break for a bit, or spring break, you know, which basically they go to the human world to do studying as a class trip, as the newspaper club. Miss Nakanome, the cat teacher, joins them and is completely obsessed with fish, by the way, because cat. She's a cat, so that's a little side plot, and meanwhile, we're just chilling with Skune and the girls on the beach. They're all wearing bikinis, which, oh boy! So basically, that's going on, and meanwhile, Yukari comes across this mountain, this hill, with a bunch of sunflowers, which is really cute and fun. And it turns out it is run by a witch named Ruby. For some reason, I know there's some sort of other anime huge fandom called Ruby, no connection whatsoever, and she is a witch who controls the plants and everything, and basically brings on the plant from Little Shop of Horrors. You would just expect it to go, oh, Zemo Skune, I'm going to eat you. It's so ridiculous. And you basically, you know, Mocha comes in, and some battles and stuff happen in between. Actually, Yukari takes care of the first round, but then the first part ends, Skune gets stabbed to death, and everybody just loses their shit, and you're like, whoa, is there a story happening now? Is something actually happening in this show? No, because then part 2 is a complete cop-out saying it was all just a misunderstanding. And basically, Ruby goes back to her mistress, and, you know, some shit goes down there, and she's still out of control, using the plants and everything, and then it almost becomes very hentai-related. Think of the Battle of New York and Avengers mixed with hentai, and you get a pretty good idea what this part 2 is like, because the girls are tied up by plant monsters and pretty sweaty by the end of it, fighting all of them. A lot of panty shots, a lot of bra shots, and it just gets way out of fucking control. And it gets to the point where she says, this is insane. how much fan service they're putting in. It's like, can we talk about the plot, please? Like, the fight scene is great, don't get me wrong. You see all the monsters' different individual powers. You know, Kurumu uses her claws, Mizure uses her icicle blade things, Yukari uses her magic, and then obviously Inormoka has super strength and super speed. So that's all fun and dandy. And the episode obviously ends with Rube essentially joining our group and now part of our big fellowship of the Skune, where they all just head back home and waiting for the next episode. So, I really enjoyed these 3 episodes. They were just kind of fun and dandy. The first episode was kind of filler, even though it dealt with like a math teacher who's kind of seductive and shit. But then the other, I liked this 2-parter the most, actually. I felt it was very engaging. The characters were all great. There was a very important plot there, introducing a new character, and it just gave the characters a lot more emotional baggage, and it was also probably the most action-packed of the series so far. Just 2 episodes of this, which is great. Great comedy, great as always. Definitely one of my favorite episodes of the first season, or story arcs in a way. So, yeah, it's just another fun set of adventures with our group and a new character, and yeah, the math teacher here is just, really seductive, and, you know, there's just so much to talk about with these 3 parts, but I would recommend checking it out. I'm going to give these ones a solid 8 out of 10. It's definitely the best since the first few episodes. Definitely worth checking out while you can, and enjoy a fun time with the girls in bikinis, and seductive math teachers, and giant Little Shop of Horror hentai monsters. So, that's it for this Rosario Vampire Vlog. Of course, guys, go support our Patreon. Just $1 more will get you early access to all of our content as well as other special features. And tune in next time when we take a look at the next set of episodes. I don't know what they are. I haven't watched the show in a while, but I'm going to enjoy it. And of course, I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on these 3 episodes? Let me know in the comment section below. So until the next video, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. This is BigJackFilms signing off saying... I don't know what to say in this one. I guess if your teacher seduces you, make sure you're of age and don't get involved with Little Shop of Hentais, essentially. That's all I got. Later.